big night tonight. Tell me about what you're doing later.
I'll be watching the State of the Union later on this evening as the guest of Senator Stabenow.
How is, tonight going to be different for you as opposed to, just turning on your TV and watching it?
Well, I mean, personally, just with everything going on in the world and in our country, I was already interested in watching it. But then when Senator Stabenow's team reached out and asked me to be their virtual guest to watch the event tonight, it's something special. It's something I never really thought would happen to me. So it's an honor, and I'm truly privileged to be a part of it.
And she asked you for a reason, right? To kind of represent live music venues. Is that the right idea?
Yeah, over the course of the pandemic, as a part of two different trade associations, but one of them being the Michigan Independent Venue and Promoters Association, we obviously worked in communicating with our senators and our representatives just how bad concert venues were experiencing it. Revenue losses 95% plus. Being shut down, not being able to open, furlough our staff. So we worked really hard. Certainly not just me, but a variety of venues across the state kind of banded together to just help convey that message. And thankfully, Senator Stabenow and Senator Peters were very supportive of the Shuttered Operator Venue Grant Program.
And what are you expecting tonight, if anything? I'm sure there are plenty of guests brought by representatives and senators throughout the country. So is there the chance for a shout out from the president, or is it just kind of up in the air?
No, I wouldn't expect a shout out from the president. I did get invited to a communications committee meeting earlier today that Senator Stabenow was on, and Debbie Dingell and a few other representatives, which was really interesting to hear them kind of talk about what President Biden may or may not speak about tonight, and just the state of the country. And it was really cool. Definitely not. It wasn't open to the public. So it was really interesting.
And what do you hope to hear from President Biden when it comes to post-pandemic recovery? Because things are open now, but that doesn't mean that things are over.
No, I think things are certainly headed in the right direction. And I think, all the work that his administration has done, it needs to be conveyed to the general public on what has happened. And I hope that he outlines a plan, to get us back to fully recovered. Even though, our concert venues are open and people are coming back, we're not back to normal yet. I mean, just at the intersection here in Grand Rapids, we're probably doing 40 to 50% of the volume of business that we normally do. So I'm excited to hear, some things that make me optimistic about the future in second quarter and third quarter, just back to business as usual.
And, you just mentioned how business is going right now, but can you elaborate on that a little bit? I saw your guys' calendar. You've got quite a couple shows on there for this month, but just tell me how things have been going, especially since, gosh, was it the summertime just about when things really opened back up?
Yeah. So when we, figured out that we were going to be able to get open in the summer, it was amazing. I mean, from July until late November, early December, we had a relatively normal quarter. We were down around 20% or so, but once those levels started peaking, the caseloads start peaking back up again. Bands that were going to tour in January, February, March, and April, there just wasn't as many of those because it just didn't seem like it was safe for bands to tour then. So dealing with staff that were out with COVID or bands that were canceling shows, in many ways, it kind of started to feel like it did when this first started. But with the case levels, slowly plummeting, it just feels like I'm optimistic for a return to normal here in the third quarter, probably.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about, tonight and how you feel about it and what you think it means for, our area to have a representative joining Senator Stabenow?
I'm super proud. I'm proud to represent all the concert venues across the state of Michigan that banded together to kind of let our legislators know that we needed help, and we did receive help. So it was a lot of emails and a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of trips to the Capitol even. So if you work hard enough, they will listen to you. And Senator Stabenow's staff was extremely responsive.